Hey guys, welcome to something that I call Sidebar Talk. My name is Eric Cooper. Today is August 1st, 2016. Mainly, again, my name is Eric Cooper. What I do is that I'm a writer out of New Jersey in Trenton. I write a series of books called Night Seeker. Also, I have two other books that are due for the horizon. One is called Merge, and the other one, the newest one that should be coming out in September this year, is called Star Enforcers, produced by me and Miles Simon. Mainly, this is my first time doing something like this. I was told to start doing these kind of recordings, mainly to capture more of an audience and also to get more people involved with what we do. So I pretty much put notes down so I could just follow them because I kind of think at random at times. But the reason I started doing these episodes is because when I got over to San Diego Comic Con this year, I was able to sit down and talk to a couple professionals in the industry, and they were saying, Eric, you know what? You have a good voice, you have good creativity. It's time to start doing your own videos to capture more of an audience, and do like something out once a week and start getting your viewership up and subscribers. So I said, well, I might as well start doing it because people are asking for more creative people to be on the internet and showing what they do. So that was my goal for doing these videos. So I'm going to try to do at least one a week to keep you guys up the stats of what I do and also the people that work around me. Um, but also, let's see, I'm not editing anything. I was going straight from what I have. Um, the thing about connecting with the viewership is because it's important that they stick with you, throughout time, but also it gets more people talking about what you do. And also, if you are a writer or a professional that work in entertainment, it's best that you do these kind of things if you really want to capture a bigger audience. People do want to see more people talk about these sorts of things, and most people I know they do stay kind of quiet about what they do. So I say, I do panels at conventions. I have my tables at the conventions. So I'm always talking to the public. I enjoy it. I do school seminars. I do personal speaking and also motivational speaking. So it's fun doing those kind of things. It requires a lot of work, a lot of struggle, but the rewards are great. I can't deny it, and I just have fun doing it. Um, and the reason why I call this the sidebar talk, I should say, is because think about a courtroom and the audience is in the courtroom and is a show. But when you have a sidebar, when a lawyer approaches the bench or whatever and talk to the lawyers, it's the real conversation that they don't really put out there in public. It's because it's the show, but this one's more personal. So when I do these videos and these episodes, is because I'm trying to be more personal with the audience. So you guys know my thought process and the people that I work with. Um, the second reason why I call it sidebar, which I kind of like, is because I'll be real about it. I'm somewhat considered a liquor lush. I'm just an occasional drinker. I'm not a big wine drinker, a big beer or a liquor drinker. But I do want to talk about certain beers and wines or liquors that I do drink on occasion, and I think it's kind of good to add that to the discussion because it breaks it up a little bit, makes it a little different. Um, but also, a nice thing about this is that also I get to talk about about I want to talk about certain kinds of movies, also comic books, mainly independent guys, and also the bigger movies and also the independent movies. So I try to highlight those also once every episode that I do these guys. Um, but also this adds more flavor to what you're watching. And me, I'm all about giving you something different. That's what I enjoy doing for other people. Um, so let's get started. As I said, I'm an author from New Jersey. I write the books called Night Seeker. There will be a display that comes up that I have to edit as I go along. But Night Seeker is about a college kid who gets his powers from a extraterrestrial alien that is an officer, and he passed off the powers to the kid to complete his mission. The only problem is this: is that the kid named Nigel Spinner has no idea what the mission is. So he's going throughout the books trying to figure out what the mission is. But when he does find out towards the later books, he is totally ticked what he has to do. But it's a growing character. I enjoy it. We already had 3 novels out. Hopefully, we start writing the fourth one in 2017. Um, Other projects also I'm working with is one I told you about with Star Enforcers. Mainly think of it as Suicide Squad in space. It's mainly about 50 convicts that are put assignment on a cloaking stealth type of ship, starship, and they have to go and do these covert operations as undercover officers for the Flow Council. Mainly, we had a mixture of the two elements of Star Wars and Star Trek. There's a why you have the two different things. Well, I like both. I mean, I'm more of a Trekkie. I mean, I do like Star Wars, but I love the diplomacy and like the government type of status that is obtained in Star Trek. As far as Star Wars, it's more those random happenings that go around the Republic and the Empire, and I just like the way to intermingle between the characters and the situations. So I decided to bring those two type philosophies together and merge into one, and mainly to also get the audience of both Star Trek and Star Wars to say, look, I give you a universe that both of you guys can enjoy and not have the issue that you guys I like Star Wars, like Star Trek. I'll never cross over. But how if we gave you something that had a mixture of both and give you the both philosophies of both series? So that was just fun for me to do. Also, my co-writer Miles Simon, he's out of Oregon, and we came together back in 2000, I think 11, if I'm not too mistaken, and we started writing this world, and we really are enjoying it. The first book is due out around hopefully middle or late September this year, 2016, and hopefully I can debut it. I'm hoping at least around Baltimore Comic Con, but it might be not until later. But eventually, it is coming out. We did do a Kickstarter. Unfortunately, it didn't make it to goal, so we're going to go about alternative means to fund the project for the artwork being done inside the book. And also the artwork that we do for the novels that I put out, they're called caption novels. People say, why caption novels? Well, caption novels are a true textbook of words, but in each chapter you have an illustration. At the beginning of each chapter, it gives you an idea of what's happening in a chapter before you read into it. So it gives you more interactive with what you're reading. So it keeps pretty much keeps the mind focused upon what you're reading. But people, we live in a very visual society now, so to mix the text words with the pictures, it helps a lot with people that don't like to read. But also people that love to read, they'll go to this books even faster because it gives them that visual effect which people love. Um, Moving on from that, I will talk about one of the well, I said the sidebar thing. Um, Mainly, I did go to Uno's. It's called Uno's Pizzeria and Grill. It's in Hamilton, New Jersey, on Sloan Avenue. I like going there because it's by AMC Theaters, but I'll go more into that in a second. But I said, talking about sidebar was about having a drink and talking about it. I did go to happy hour, which is great after I got off work. I got to try out a glass of the 10 Barrel Apocalypse IPA. It's brewed in the state of Oregon, which kind of funny that my co-writer is from Oregon for Star Enforcers, and is a 6.8% alcohol content, and the beer is more of a dark amber with a lot of hops in it. If you people like hops, it's a good hoppy beer, but also has a bitter taste too. So it's a nice balance. I usually get like a chicken quesadilla with that, and it worked out pretty well. If I had it rated from 1 to 10, I would give the beer like a 7.5. I like a little sweeter taste on most of my beers, but that was actually pretty good. It was decent. Um, Once I got finished eating, I got the movie ticket from AMC for AMC because also it's discounted when you go to Uno's. It takes about $2 or $3 off the regular movie price, so I take advantage of that anytime I can. But I went to go see Star Trek. The newest one called Star Trek Beyond. Now personally, like I said, I love Star Trek. I mean, that was my first love, and when it came to science fiction, as far as following a series of things, um, mainly when it was a lot of fun. The movie was a lot of fun. I have to admit, I like the special effects are always great. They did a great job on it. What Now the funny thing about it though, for Chris Pine, his role as Captain Kirk, he for some reason it seems though he wasn't really the star of the movie, even though he is the captain. And the other two films before, yeah, he was the major star and leading role. But for some reason, I kind of like the idea that he took kind of a back step and let the supporting actors have more fulfillment roles in what they do. I was most impressed by Mr. Scott, that's played by Simon Pegg. I think his interaction with the characters and the aliens were amazing. His dialogue was great. It seemed like he just spoke from like almost improv, and I love the way it meshed out. It meshed out very very well. Um, Also to take upon the mainly the controversy when we heard um, Mr. Sulu being gay. Um, I myself am gay. I don't really joke about it. I still have fun of being who I am. But I got to see Mr. Sulu show his affection towards a guy, but it was a very subtle way. It wasn't like put out there in your face. I think they handled it very, very well. Also, his partner had a kid. I'm not sure if it was from a marriage that he had before or the kid was adopted, but it was nice seeing that. It was done very well and very tastefully. It wasn't just put in your face. It was just very subtle hints that he was interested in another guy that I guess he knew before maybe he knew him during Starfleet before he went to the academy. We don't know yet. I assume they'll probably talk more about it as time goes on in the films. Um, Also, that something that touched me pretty close to home was the part where they address Ambassador Spock. Um, as you know, Leonard Nimoy he passed away not too long ago, a few months ago, and I know it's hard for the crew to know that people that worked with Leonard Nimoy that his passing was very very much felt, and they addressed it in the movie very well, saying that spoiler alert, he's passed on, but the younger Spock is still around. But also the thing that kind of made me want to cry was because when I saw that part, Leonard Nimoy is actually in one of my books also. It's called Merge. It should be out by hopefully this winter, this year, 2016. Um, he was actually written into the book about 2 weeks before he died. I had no idea about it when I was writing the character in. I just always knew I wanted to have him in my world. And it's a great character. I enjoy it a lot. It takes place in LA. But I just am kind of sad that I can't give him the book personally because, to when I wrote the first three books of Night Seeker, I was able to give the book personally to Patrick Stewart, um, Jonathan Frakes, Avery Brooks, even Ray Park, who is Darth Maul in Star Wars. They are characters in my world. I'm still waiting to get one of the books to Kate Mulgrew, who is Catherine Janeway from Voyager. My fans told her that she's in the book. I'm looking forward to giving it to her myself. But like I said, the movie itself, Star Trek Beyond, was well done, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. And the cast did a great, amazing job. Um, but I think it's my first episode. I think I've said enough for now. But in closing, I want to thank all you guys for watching this episode, the first episode ever um, of the Sidebar Talk. But I look forward to bringing you more projects I'm working on, more interviews on different books and movies. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you can subscribe down below and keep following the work that we do. Thank you so much.